I served the Barretts like a slave for 20 years. They stole my designs and framed me for theft. They kicked me out to favor their biological daughter. They don't know I am the Harper's real heiress. Now, the world's richest man is my fiancé. I am returning to destroy everyone who mistreated me. For 20 years, I served the Barrett family like a slave. My designs built their entire business empire from nothing. But today, their biological daughter, Isabella, has returned. Downstairs, a grand party rages to welcome her home. Upstairs, in a tiny attic, I'm being thrown out. My adoptive brought Isabella to me, her eyes filled with manufactured suspicion. Without warning, she lunges forward and yanks a glittering chain from the top of my open backpack. Brenna, how did this get in your bag? If you needed money, why didn't you just ask me or Dad? My adoptive parents, Alec and Ruby, rush over, their faces twisted into masks of pure disgust and disappointment. I offered you money, and you refused only to resort to stealing? You are a disgrace to this family. $1 million. Her real parents couldn't earn that in their entire lives combined. I always knew she was a common thief. Isabella clutches Ruby's hand, tears streaming down her cheeks as the crowd of guests gathers to watch my public humiliation. Mom, please stop. I know it's hard for her. I'm watching Jordy choose me. But feelings can't be forced, Brenna. Please, don't come between us. What a waste of talent. This woman should have been a world-famous actress with a performance like that. But I refuse to be the villain in her cheap, poorly written play. I meet Isabella's shocked gaze, a cold, challenging smile on my face. You were just holding it a moment ago, dear sister. Did you perhaps accidentally drop it into my bag? I grab my backpack and, with a sharp motion, dump its meager contents onto the floor for everyone to see. Go ahead, search it all. See if there's anything else of yours in here. I will not be labeled a thief. But as my few belongings scatter across the tile, a single blue folder slides out, landing right at Isabella's feet. She gasps dramatically, her eyes wide with a new wave of feigned horror, pointing a trembling finger. My design drafts? Brenna, how did my new energy auto parts designs end up in your bag? My adoptive sister, Isabella, holds up a folder filled with my blueprints. I never imagined you'd stoop this low, stealing my design drafts. My mother, Ruby, snatches the folder, and her face twists with rage. How could I have raised someone like you? You are such a disgrace. They think I'm a thief. But they forget who built this family's fortune. A decade ago, you ran a small auto parts factory. You saw my potential, so you pulled me from school and forced me to design advanced components for you. I look at the guests gathered around us, revealing the truth they've hidden for years. This family built a car manufacturing empire on my work. Now that you're done with me, you frame me for theft to protect your real daughter. Nonsense! You barely finished grade school. How could you possibly understand mechanical design? I hold up the blueprints for everyone to see. This isn't for a car. It's a design for a nuclear-powered cargo ship. The title is right here, in Amlin's language. I tilt the paper, letting the light catch the faint watermark in the corner. And this is my personal anti-counterfeit mark. You can compare it to Isabella's so-called designs. Her designs are garbage. As if on cue, a servant hesitantly steps forward, holding an identical folder. Miss Barrett, I thought these were trash, so I threw them in the trash can. These are your design drafts. She's holding Isabella's actual, pathetic sketches. Did you hear that? Even the staff recognized them as trash. Isabella's face burns with humiliation as she snatches the folder. These designs aren't mine. Do you really expect us to believe you designed this? You're a thief. Don't you dare associate yourself with the Barrett family again. We clothed and fed you for years, you ungrateful brat. Get out of my house now. There is no point in arguing with them anymore. Fine. We will have nothing to do with each other from now on. I bend down to grab my laptop from the floor, but Isabella is faster. She snatches the device. This computer must contain confidential information about our family. You can't take it with you. Before I can react, she grabs a glass of water and pours it directly over the keyboard. A sharp crack echoes through the room as my hand connects with her face. How dare you hit me? She raises a trembling hand to strike back. So I slap her again. My adoptive mother, Ruby, lunges forward, her face twisted in rage. The Barrett family raised you, and you repay us by attacking our real daughter? For years, I was her personal punching bag. I never once fought back. But that ends today. My so-called sister even tries to kick me while I'm gathering my belongings. Mom! She hit me! My cheek hurts so much! I dodge her pathetic attack with ease. Securing my backpack, I turn to face the woman who called herself my mother. Oh, so it hurts? For all the years you used me as your punching bag, did you ever once ask if I was in pain? You can't stand a single slap on your precious daughter, but my suffering meant nothing to you. For a moment, a flicker of unease crosses her face, but it vanishes instantly. She finally admits it. I was never family. I was just a tool for their frustration. I sweep a frosty look over them one last time, then swing my backpack over my shoulder. And what do you think we took you in for? To pamper you? Half an hour passes. No one comes. Without another word, I walk out the door and never look back. But her smile doesn't reach her eyes. I stand under the blazing July sun, waiting for my real family, the Harpers, to arrive. Then, my phone buzzes. It's a friend request and a message from my new sister, Rosie. Hello, sister. Mom, Dad, and our brothers are all tied up with work today. They want you to go to Flavor Restaurant first. They've arranged lunch for you there. My heart sinks into my stomach. It's my first day, and they can't even be bothered to pick me up. It seems this new family is going to be no better than the last one. With no other choice, I take a bus to the most luxurious and expensive restaurant in the city. The moment I step inside, a waitress in a perfect uniform approaches with a polite smile. "Welcome, miss. Are you Brenna Harper?" I nod, asking which room my family is in. Her gaze sweeps over my entire outfit, my worn-out baseball cap, my oversized shirt, and my frayed denim shorts. I can see the silent judgment on her face. This is not going to be a warm welcome. I sit alone in an extravagant restaurant, a feast for 6 people, but it's all for me. My cousin Rosie invited me here, claiming her family was poor, but this place is anything but poor. A waitress wheels over a cart, piling the table with expensive dishes. In a booth across the room, 3 women are watching me. Rosie's smile tightens into a scowl. It's my cousin Rosie and her 2 rich friends Sylvie and Vivian. The 3 of them share a quiet, cruel laugh. Her face is decent, but her fashion sense is a disaster. Sylvie snaps a photo of me eating. "Careful, Rosie. Your fiancé Ethan might find that wild look appealing." "Don't be stupid. After today, Ethan won't spare her a second glance." She posts it online, the caption dripping with mockery. She slides her phone across the table. "Speaking of which, I found something interesting about your dear cousin." On the screen is a file detailing my entire past. Rosie scrolls through the photos. She's a high school dropout, always picking fights. She even had to leave the country. Pictures of me in heavy makeup, surrounded by older, unfamiliar men. "Where did you get all this?" Rosie stares at the damning photos. A slow, triumphant smile spreads across her face. "I had my brother's friend investigate her. She now has the perfect weapon." Isn't that the best part? The perfect way to ruin my reputation forever. My friend Rosie was supposed to meet me for lunch, but she's a no-show. Instead, the waitress approaches my table with a polite but firm smile. "Miss, could you please settle the bill?" I'm confused. I pull out my phone and show her Rosie's message. "I'm sorry, I don't know your friend." The total is $109,800. If you can't pay, I'll have to call the police. $100,000. It's a setup. Rosie planned this all along. As if on cue, 2 women in designer clothes saunter over to my table. They look me over like I'm something they scraped off their shoe. "If you can't afford to eat here, you really shouldn't have come. This place is for the elite. The minimum spend here is 10 grand. I doubt you make that in a month." She smirks, enjoying the attention from the other diners, who are now all filming me with their phones. "Tell you what, my family needs someone to clean the toilets. Work for us for a month, and I'll cover your bill." That's generous. Or, if you don't want to scrub toilets, you can just get on your knees and polish my shoes. Then I'll settle the bill for you. That's generous. Or, if you don't want to scrub toilets, you can just get on your knees and polish my shoes. Then I'll settle the bill for you. They're enjoying this, trying to break me in front of an audience. But I just lean back in my chair and look them dead in the eye. "Who do you think you are, barking in front of me? I don't even know you." Before they can react, a man appears at the top of the staircase. He's tall, powerful, and his presence silences the entire room. His handsome face darkens as he takes in the scene. But I don't have time to be distracted by a pretty face. I have bigger problems. Vivian, seething from my insult, raises her hand to slap me across the face. But in the next second, a strong hand clamps down on her wrist, stopping her cold. It's the man from the stairs. Vivian spins around, ready to scream at whoever dared to touch her. Her face turns pale with shock as she sees who is holding her back. Ethan? It's Ethan Mitchell, the most powerful CEO in the city. And he also happens to be my sister's fiancé. "Mr. Mitchell, you're hurting me." He releases her, his face a mask of cold indifference. He pulls a clean, white handkerchief from his pocket. He meticulously wipes the fingers that touched her, as if scrubbing away filth. "Mr. Mitchell, this is a misunderstanding. We were just joking with her. She can't afford to be here. We were trying to help her avoid debt by offering her a job as a maid." I cross my arms, a small smile playing on my lips. Ethan's gaze hardens, the women pale. "So demanding I kneel and polish your shoes was for my own good? How very kind of you." I ignore their panic and turn to the waitress cowering in the corner. "I never said I was leaving. Why did you demand I pay my bill early?" Every head in the room swivels to face the waitress. "It wasn't my idea. She ordered me to do it." She points a trembling finger toward the doorway. My sister, Rosie, is forced to step out from the shadows where she was hiding. "Ethan." She's lying. Why would I ever make things difficult for a total stranger? I simply hold up my phone, our chat history clearly visible on the screen. A stranger. "Are you sure about that, Rosie? Still going to deny you orchestrated this?" Ethan's eyes flick from my phone to Rosie's panicked face. "Rosie, she's your sister. I suggest you start explaining." The waitress, seeing her chance, pulls out her own phone as further proof. Ethan's expression darkens. "Well, dear sister, you really don't want me home, do you?" The powerful man beside her, Ethan, turns his icy gaze on Rosie. "Care to explain this?" Rosie's face pales, but she quickly forces a sweet, innocent smile. "Ethan, it's all a misunderstanding. I told my secretary to take good care of Brenna. She must have misinterpreted my words." She turns to me, her eyes pleading as if she's the victim. But her story has a fatal flaw. "I'm so sorry my secretary caused you trouble. I sincerely apologize on her behalf." A perfect performance. She shifts all the blame with just a few words. "That's funny. Your secretary messaged me just before the waitress arrived, and then you showed up 5 minutes later. Tell me, Rosie, How did you get from your company all the way over here so fast? Ethan's eyebrow raises just a fraction. He sees the lie. The Harper family has no company nearby. Rosie, you are lying. Boom. Rosie's composure shatters. Her eyes dart around the room, looking for an escape. This is a misunderstanding. Let's not embarrass the family. It's your first day back. You don't want to make a bad impression on Mom and Dad. She tries to threaten me with our parents' approval, but I'm done playing her games. I slowly lift my gaze to the ceiling. There are cameras everywhere. The truth is easy to find. Unless you're afraid of what we'll see, Ethan doesn't hesitate for a second. Nevile, go and retrieve the surveillance footage. No, fine, I admit it. I just wanted to play a little prank on my sister. That's all. Cornered and exposed, she finally breaks. She looks at me, tears welling in her eyes, expecting me to forgive her. I was only messing with you. You won't really hold this against me, will you? I just stare back, my face a mask of stone. Her apology is worthless. Seeing she's getting nowhere, her face twists in pure fury. She yanks a bank card from her purse and shoves it at the waitress. Rosie puts on a show, her eyes welling with fake tears. She's not sorry for a thing. I was just worried you'd take my parents' love. I'll treat you like a real sister now. Can you forgive me? She's just trying to look good for the powerful man sitting next to me, Ethan. I know exactly what game she's playing. All right, from now on, we're sisters. But I'm not letting her off the hook that easily. Rosie's smile freezes. She's trapped. But what about your friends? One wanted me to scrub her toilets. The other wanted me on my knees polishing her shoes. Before she can stammer out an excuse, Ethan speaks, his voice like ice. Her friends, Sylvie and Vivian, go pale. Rosie, the Higgins and Morrison families have business with my company. Since their daughters lack basic character, I see no reason to continue our collaboration. Their family fortunes are on the line because they insulted me. Suddenly, Sylvie finds her voice. This was all our idea. Rosie had nothing to do with it. The Harpers are all exceptional. You're just an outsider trying to live among elites. You're completely out of place. They think their insults will break me. I can see the satisfaction on Rosie's face as she watches. Then she steps in, playing the part of the perfect, understanding sister. She forces her friends to give me a half-hearted apology. Miss Harper, I'm sorry. Yeah, sorry. Then Vivian slaps a bank card on the table. Here, I'll pay for the meal. Just don't regret joining the Harper family later. Rosie immediately snatches the card back, insisting she'll pay the bill herself. She has to maintain her perfect image. Come on, Brenna, let's go home now. Her words aren't an invitation. They're a threat. The battle at the restaurant is over, but the war in her house is just beginning. Mr. Mitchell, I am so sorry. This is our failure. That waitress will be fired immediately. He then turns to me, holding out a deep red VIP card with both hands. Miss, please accept this complimentary dining card. 3 free meals, no limit. As our sincerest apology. Just take it, Brenna. You've never been to a place this nice, have you? It's the only way you'll ever afford to come back. I meet her mocking gaze with a cold smile. Good service? I've had better at a street stall. The manager's face tightens. The waitress beside him looks pale. Suddenly, she lunges forward, her voice cracking. Please, miss, accept it. I was wrong. If you don't, I'll be fired. I'm a single mother. I can't lose this job. I look from her desperate face to the card in the manager's hand. I reach out and take it. Anyone can use this? 3 free meals? I look past him, toward the entrance. I accept your apology, but I won't be eating here again. Can she? Rosie slams her hand on the table. I ignore her and hold the manager's gaze. Are you insane? A cleaner? Eating here? Look at yourself. Even you barely belong. The card is mine to give. Will you serve her with the same respect you give your other guests? The richest man in the world just helped me. Now he's looking at me with an intensity I can't place. So, Miss Harper, how do you plan on thanking me? I try to give him a polite brush off. I'll treat you to a meal another day, but he's not having it. He pulls out his phone. How about we exchange contact information? It'll be easier for you to reach me. Before I can answer, a pained cry rings out. It's Rosie, crumpled on the ground, clutching her ankle. She looks up at Ethan, her eyes wide with fake tears. She shoots me a triumphant smirk. Ethan, I accidentally sprained my ankle. It hurts so much. Can you take me to the hospital? She's sure he's going to ditch me and rush to her side. Ethan glances down at her pathetic act, but then his eyes move right back to me. His voice softens. Meant only for my ears. Since she can't take you home and you don't know the way, I can drive you there myself. Rosie's expression freezes in disbelief. He finally looks away from me, but not at her. Ethan, I sprained my ankle. Are you really not going to help me? He gestures toward her 2 so-called friends. Aren't these 2 your best friends? Why can't they take you? Suddenly, her friends have urgent business elsewhere. They make flimsy excuses and abandon her on the spot. Rosie is left all alone, her desperate eyes pleading with Ethan. Are you really going to leave me like this? He doesn't spare her another glance. He gives a simple order to his assistant. Neville, take her to the hospital. Then, the world's richest man opens the passenger door of his car for me. As the luxury car glides away, I roll down the window and flash Rosie a smirk. Oh well, what can I say? Maybe people just like me. The car pulls up in front of a mansion, and I assume it's my stop. I thank Ethan for the ride and reach for the door handle. He doesn't move a muscle. He just sits there, his presence filling the entire car. His arm is stretched casually across the back of my seat, blocking any escape. I instantly regret accepting this ride. I know he wants something. Relax. I just wanted to discuss something with you. He finally withdraws his arm, but the doors remain locked. You should know that our families have a long-standing marriage agreement. It was arranged by our grandfathers. My grandfather is in declining health, and he wants me to fulfill the promise. He leans in slightly, his eyes fixed on mine. He says consider, but his tone makes it sound like an order. He wants me to marry a daughter from the Harper family. He wants me to marry you. I'd like you to consider the matter. This arrogant, powerful man just assumes I'll go along with it. I just got back to my real family, and now he's trying to trap me in a marriage. But I know I can't just say no. Not while I'm locked in his car. He's the wealthiest man in the world. Offending him could be dangerous. I have to be smart about this. I have to play his game to get out of here. I'll give it some thought. A subtle, triumphant smile flickers across his lips. He didn't hear my caution. He only heard what he wanted to hear. In his mind, I'll give it some thought was not a refusal. And if it's not a refusal, it's an eventual agreement. He believes he has my consent. He thinks he's already won. My ride disappears, and I turn to face my new home. But the Barretts lied about everything. This isn't some poor shack in a remote village. It's a 5-story mansion with marble floors and a massive fountain. My real family is filthy rich. I walk to the towering iron gate and press the doorbell. And I wait. The sun beats down on my head, sweat dripping into my eyes. I press the button again. And again. Nothing. A house this big has to have servants. They aren't busy. They're deliberately ignoring me. My patience is gone. 5 more minutes. If no one comes, I'm leaving and never coming back. Just as I'm about to turn away, I see a woman walking toward me. She wears a perfectly tailored uniform, and her face is a mask of cold disapproval. She stops just inside the gate, looking me up and down like I'm trash. What do you want? We don't give handouts to beggars. She thinks I'm here for money. I'm not a beggar. I'm Brenna Harper. Now open this gate. Brenna Harper, don't make me laugh. Look at your clothes. You're dressed worse than our maids. Her words are a slap in the face. The real Miss Harper is out with Miss Rosie right now. Go away before I call security. She turns her back, ready to walk away and leave me here. Are you deaf? I said open this gate. I stand at the gate of the Harper mansion, the home I was stolen from 20 years ago. But a maid blocks my path, her eyes filled with contempt. Who are you looking for here? I tell her my name is Brenna Harper. I'm the family's long-lost daughter. She scoffs, her eyes scanning my frayed shorts and worn-out sneakers with disgust. Pretend to be a Harper? In those clothes? The whole outfit isn't worth $200. I try to explain, but she cuts me off. I've had enough of this family's arrogance. I turn to leave. Impossible. Miss Rosie Harper personally went to pick up the real Miss Brenna. You must be a fraud. But she suddenly points a finger at my face and screams. Wait, did you kidnap the real Miss Brenna? Help! Someone stop her. She's a kidnapper. Just as I'm about to walk away for good, a man's voice cuts through her screams. What's with all the noise? An older man approaches the gate. His eyes lock onto my face, and they widen in recognition. You are Brenna, right? You look just like your mother. Come in. Oh, Miss Brenna, I'm so sorry. I didn't recognize you. My mistake. The maid's face drains of all color. She starts stammering a pathetic apology. The man ignores her. He introduces himself as my eldest uncle, Abelson Harper. But my blood runs cold. The Barretts, the family who raised me, swore my uncle was paralyzed and on his deathbed. Yet here he is, standing perfectly healthy right in front of me. They lied. Uncle Abelson leads me into the vast mansion, taking me to a room on the 3rd floor. This room has been yours for 20 years. We've kept it clean every single day, waiting for your return. For a moment, I feel a warmth I've never known. I feel like I'm finally home. But then, the maid Rachel steps forward, her smile sickeningly sweet. Please allow me to take care of Miss Harper. I look into her eyes, which are filled with a cold, hidden malice. I know she isn't here to help. She's here to finish what she started. The moment my father is gone, the housekeeper's friendly mask drops. Her eyes scan my clothes with open contempt. She's offering me charity, an insult disguised as help. I imagine you're not used to this kind of luxury. You can't meet the family in those rags. I'll get you an old dress from Miss Rosie's closet. Otherwise, you'll be a disgrace. Get out. I've heard enough of her voice. I grab her by the arm and physically shove her out into the hallway. How dare you? I run this household. You need me. I slam the door right in her shocked face. To wash off the filth of this house, I go take a shower. But when I step out of the bathroom, I freeze. My clothes are gone. That wicked housekeeper stole my clothes to humiliate me. Lying on my bed is a wrinkled, sleeveless black dress. It looks like something pulled from a garbage bin. She wants to leave me with no choice but to wear this scrap and beg. She thinks she has me trapped. But then, the doorbell rings, echoing through the mansion. The logo on their van is unmistakable, M&G. Downstairs, Rachel opens the door to 2 employees in stylish uniforms. They are holding 2 massive clothing racks packed with luxurious garments. Who are these clothes for? She assumes they're for Rosie, the family's precious daughter. We have a personal delivery for Miss Harper. She placed the order about an hour ago. Which Miss Harper? Rosie, I presume? The delivery man checks his tablet, a polite smile on his face. I can just imagine the smirk on Rachel's face. No, ma'am. This entire order is for Miss Brenna Harper. I step out of the shower, wrapping a simple white towel around myself. The only outfit the Harpers left in my closet was a dirty, worn-out black dress. I threw it directly into the trash can. Thankfully, the clothes I ordered for myself have finally arrived. But standing in my doorway, blocking the delivery team, is the family's head maid, Rachel. You must be mistaken. The real Miss Harper's room is over there. She points a sharp, accusing finger down the hall toward another bedroom. Rosie's room, the delivery man, Luca, doesn't even bother to look. He just scoffs at her. Move aside. We are here to deliver these clothes to Brenna. As for the Miss Harper, you're talking about who the hell even is that? Rachel's jaw drops open, her face twists into a mask of pure outrage. How dare you speak about Miss Harper like that? You should show some proper respect. I fix my coldest glare on Rachel, and the arrogant maid immediately freezes in place, a shiver running down her spine. Luca and his partner Celine take the opportunity to wheel the massive racks of designer clothing past her and into my room. But Rachel quickly recovers, marching in after them, her usual air of superiority returning instantly. Let me give you a little reminder. Each of these garments costs over $10,000. Are you absolutely sure you can afford them? I completely ignore her condescending tone, casually flipping through the rack of exquisite clothing. I pull out a beautiful beige floral dress and a pair of matching white shoes. There are at least 50 pieces here. That's $500,000. If you don't have the money, you need to send them back right now. She turns her venomous gaze to the delivery team, a cruel, smug look on her face. You two had better be very careful. She's not really the Harper family's daughter. The DNA test hasn't even been done yet. If she can't pay, you will deeply regret this. Luca just smirks at her pathetic warning. He nonchalantly plucks a garment from the rack and turns over the tag. You should take a closer look. This isn't just standard M&G. This is their elite collection. These are custom pieces, each one unique in the entire world. He holds the small white tag up for Rachel to see, his smile widening. Every single item here is worth over $500,000. Altogether, the total comes to nearly $30 million. The color drains from Rachel's face. She stands there, completely frozen, her mind struggling to comprehend the impossible number. How could this poor, pathetic girl possibly deserve such expensive clothing? But then, a new, greedy light flashes in her eyes as she composes herself. Then you definitely cannot leave these priceless clothes here. This woman is poor. There's no way she can afford them. However, since you're already here, there's no need to waste the trip. Miss Rosie Harper could certainly use some new clothes. Let's go ahead and move everything into her dressing room immediately. I pay no mind to her incessant, desperate chatter. I simply carry my new $30 million wardrobe into my bedroom and shut the door, leaving her standing there fuming. My assistants, Luca and Celine, finish hanging the last of my new clothes. As they leave my room, they shut the door right in Rachel's face. They don't even glance in her direction. I watch from the window as she stomps her foot on the lawn, furiously typing on her phone. She then goes downstairs and plants herself in the living room, a smug smirk on her face. She's waiting for my team to come begging for the money to pay for the clothes. But when Luca and Celine come down, they walk straight past her. Aren't you going to ask for the money for the clothes? They ignore her, load their empty racks into the van, and simply drive away. Rachel is left standing on the steps, her mouth hanging open in confusion. Later that evening, I come downstairs to wait for the Harpers to return. I had a tiny sliver of hope that this family would be different. The house is silent and cold. It's clear they're all ignoring me. That hope is already gone. I'm scrolling through my phone when Rosie finally storms in. I don't bother to look up. Didn't you see me walk in? Why didn't you greet me? So rude. My eyes flick down to her ankle. But I saw her earlier today at the restaurant. She was walking just fine. I keep my eyes on my phone. I only hear a stupid donkey braying. Rosie's face twists with pure rage. But then she glances at the clock. Her grandparents will be home any minute. Her jaw clenches so hard I can see the muscle jump. She can't afford to let them see her bullying me. My cousin Rosie offers me an ice cream with a sickeningly sweet smile. It's handmade by our chef. You should try it. I know she has an ulterior motive, so I refuse. As I turn to walk away, a black sedan rolls through the gates. It's my grandparents'. Before anyone can even step out of the car, she runs towards it, crying. Grandpa! Grandma! Look what she did! I was just trying to be nice, and she ruined my dress! She puts on a masterful performance, pointing a trembling finger at me. But she isn't finished. She lifts her foot, showing off the thick bandage around her ankle. She pushed me too! When I went to pick her up, she got angry and pushed me down the stairs. That's how I sprained my ankle. She shoots me a smug look, convinced everyone will believe her. After all, she is the sweet, perfect girl everyone adores. I say nothing. This is a test. If they believe her lies, I will walk away from this family forever. My grandfather, Luther, finally gets out of the car. He completely ignores Rosie's wailing. He walks directly to me, his eyes filled with tears. Good girl. You're home now. You've been through so much. Rosie's jaw drops. Her plan is already failing. My grandmother, Tessa, now turns to her. Look at you, all dirty. Shouldn't you go change now? Grandma, she bullied me. You're just dismissing it? But my grandmother just takes my hand, pulling me closer. Don't mind her. You have your mother's features. Just then, 2 more cars speed into the driveway. A gorgeous woman flings open a door and runs straight for me. She wraps me in a tight hug, tears streaming down her face. My daughter, I've been searching for you for 20 years. You're finally home. I stand before my biological parents for the first time in 20 years. She points at me, a smug look in her eyes. But the girl they raised in my place, Rosie, immediately starts crying. She's challenging me, daring me to deny it. Dad, Mom, I was so excited to bring Brenna home, but she pushed me and sprained my ankle. She even threw ice cream all over my dress. My new family looks at me, their faces filled with doubt. My mother, Giselle, looks heartbroken. My father, Shepard, looks disappointed. I remain silent. My silence makes me look guilty. I don't waste my breath arguing with her. Rosie thinks she has already won, painting me as a violent stranger on my very first day. But I didn't come back to my real family just to be framed by a liar. Instead, I pull out my phone. You can watch this. The screen shows the truth, clear as day. I play the surveillance footage from the restaurant for everyone to see. It shows Rosie tripping over her own feet. It shows her deliberately throwing the ice cream on her own dress. How did you even get that footage? The faces of my family twist from confusion to cold anger. Rosie! My mother grabs my hands, tears of guilt streaming down her face. My father, Shepard, turns to Rosie, his voice like ice. I'm so sorry, Brenna. I should have come myself. You were bullied before you even set foot in this house. Rosie, you will apologize to Brenna right now. She still tries to play the victim, pouting and making excuses. But I already said sorry at the restaurant. She's the one being unreasonable. But my grandfather, Luther, steps forward. His face is like stone. You crossed the line. Apologize to Brenna. Now, Rosie looks around for an ally, but finds none. The video destroyed all her lies. Cornered and defeated, she clenches her jaw. My new family, the Harpers, are desperate to make up for my lost years. My Aunt Tessa takes my hand, pressing a bank card into my palm. Here's some pocket money. Buy yourself whatever you need. Before I can even thank her, my Uncle Shepard holds out another, more exclusive card. We didn't know your sizes. There's 100 million on this. Buy whatever you like with it. But my cousin Rosie can't stand to see me being welcomed into the family. Her voice cuts through the warm atmosphere like ice. Brenna likes expensive clothes. She already spent 30 million today. She points a sharp, accusing finger at me, her face twisted with jealousy. She expects us to pay for it all. Our money doesn't grow on trees. She then leans in, planting a seed of pure poison for the entire family to hear. Why is her spending like that? Perhaps she had a rich benefactor before she got here. That's why she's so comfortable throwing our money around. A heavy, shocked silence falls over the room. She thinks she has won, but she is dead wrong. Rosie looks at me with a smug, triumphant smirk, certain that she has turned them all against me. A sharp crack echoes through the living room. A bright red handprint blooms on Rosie's stunned face. My grandfather Luther's hand is still in the air, trembling with absolute rage. Brenna is your family. How could you say something so vile about her? Rosie stares in disbelief, tears of shock and humiliation welling in her eyes. I knew it! Since my parents are gone, no one here cares about me anymore. She turns and flees up the stairs, her cries echoing behind her. While everyone else panics, I step forward completely calm. But the intense anger has taken its toll on my grandfather. His body sways, and he gasps for breath. I gently help him sit down and place my fingers on his temples. Grandpa, those clothes didn't cost anything. I begin a slow, careful massage, and the tension immediately melts from his face. The founder of M&G is a personal friend of mine. She gave them to me as a gift. The entire room freezes. My family stares at me, their mouths open in utter shock. You personally know the founder of M&G? The most mysterious designer in the entire world? I give them a small, confident nod, completely destroying Rosie's pathetic lies. We've been friends for a long time. If you're interested, I can even arrange for her to design something just for you. After Rosie's tantrum, my new family finally looked at me. My mother, Giselle, rushed to my side, her face etched with guilt. Brenna, what size do you wear? And what kind of styles do you like? I'll place an order right away. She pulled out her phone, frantically contacting managers from multiple luxury brands. My father and grandfather watched, their regret obvious. They had listened to Rosie's lies for too long. I noticed my grandfather, Luther, looked pale, his breathing strained from the stress. I walked to him and began gently massaging his temples. The harsh pulse under my fingers slowly faded. Where did you learn this? You are really good at massaging. It's just something I picked up. Do you feel better now, Grandpa? Much better. You're a good girl. I shouldn't have indulged Rosie for so long. Don't worry. If she does something like this again, she will face real consequences. I will make sure she learns her lesson. At dinner, Rosie's seat was empty. She was hiding in her room, expecting us to beg her to come down. But for the first time, the meal was peaceful. My father, Shepard, brought out a framed family portrait to introduce me to my brothers. Your eldest brother, Ernst, is the vice president of the Harper Group. He'll be back later to meet you. Your second brother, Dalton, works in the entertainment industry. He's already arranged a gift for you. My mother held my hand, her touch warm and reassuring. I haven't been there for you all these years. I had the chef prepare a little of everything tonight. We will make them pay for what they did to you. An extravagant spread of dishes filled the table, a feast made just for me. For the first time, I felt the warmth of a family that genuinely cared. But upstairs, on the third floor, Rosie was fuming. She sat on her bed, video chatting with her friends. I'm deliberately skipping dinner. I want them to know that I'm upset. I'm not going down to eat unless someone comes to invite me. She stared at her bedroom door, waiting for the family to come begging. She waited for an apology that would never arrive. Because downstairs, surrounded by my new family, no one had mentioned her name once. While I settle into my new home, my cousins are upstairs, plotting my downfall. Brenna's a country girl. She can't ride a horse, right? Just then, a maid enters their room. Let's invite her to the equestrian competition on the 15th. She'll make a complete fool of herself. A cruel smile finally appears on my cousin Rosie's face. Rosie's smile turns into a wicked smirk. Rachel, are my brothers Ernst and Dalton home yet? My brothers haven't met me yet. No, miss. They are both busy with work. This is her chance to turn them against me first. She pulls out her phone and opens the family group chat. Then she sneaks downstairs, hiding in the shadows. She snaps a quick photo of me laughing with the elders at the dinner table. She sends the picture to everyone, twisting it to make me look like a manipulative suck-up. The next morning, I head down for breakfast. His features are sharp, his aura cold and powerful. A man in a black shirt sits at the table, his presence filling the room. This must be my eldest brother, Ernst. He refuses to even acknowledge me. He casts a single disinterested glance my way, then immediately looks away. Rosie's poison is already working. I ignore him and finish my meal. My phone buzzes. Brenna, I'm at the gate. I'll be right out. I stand and grab my bag, my professional clothes feeling like armor. Where are you going so early? I had clothes being delivered for you. You can handle it. I have something important to do. I walk out the door without another word. They think I'm here to play family games, but I'm here to treat a very important patient. I stepped out of the house, leaving my ex-husband behind. He froze, his face a mask of disbelief. But Ernst followed me, his eyes landing on the man leaning against a black MPV. Dr. Pierce, what are you doing here? Ernst's gaze flicked between us, his mind racing. The world-renowned Dr. Christopher Pierce, a rising star in medicine, simply smiled. Mr. Harper, I'm here to pick up a friend. I knew exactly what he was thinking. Let's go, Christopher. I slid into the passenger seat, leaving Ernst standing alone with his worthless assumptions. In the car, Christopher got straight to the point. Soon, we arrived at the prestigious Sherry Hospital. The patient is Vincent Mitchell. He had a cerebral hemorrhage half a month ago. He survived, but his entire left side is paralyzed. He explained that the Mitchell family had first sought out his legendary grandfather, but he's retired, so they asked for his most accomplished student. They found you. Christopher handed me a surgical mask, and I slipped it on, hiding my face. Just then, his phone buzzed with an emergency call. I made my way to the room by myself. I have to go. He's in room 101 on the 7th floor. You'll have to go alone. Outside the door, a crowd was gathered, several senior-looking doctors and a group of wealthy family members. They were all anxiously waiting. Mr. Pierce's student should be arriving any moment now. A female chief physician hung up her phone, her expression eager. That was Dr. Pierce. He says the student has arrived. They all scanned the hallway, their eyes passing right over me as if I were invisible. I stepped forward into the silence. Excuse me, is this Mr. Vincent Mitchell's room? I'm here to treat him. Their faces were a mixture of shock, skepticism, and outright condescension. In an instant, every single head turned towards me. In their expert eyes, I wasn't a doctor. I was just a fraud. I arrive at the hospital to treat the patient, but a doctor named Lindsay immediately blocks my path. Anyone can claim to be an expert these days. Some people will do anything for $10 million. They were expecting Cuthbert's renowned student to be a man in his 50s. They see me, a woman in her early 20s, and they laugh. You really think you're Cuthbert's student? Do you take the Mitchell family for fools? I look her straight in the eye. I am Cuthbert's guided student. The entire room erupts in laughter. A senior doctor, Landon Scott, points a finger at me. At your age, you can't even diagnose a cold. You probably haven't even graduated from medical school. The head nurse tells me to leave, threatening to call security. I don't have time for this. Christopher brought me here. Oh, really? Then where is he? You're a fraud. I pull out my phone to call Christopher for proof, but he's in the middle of surgery. The call goes unanswered. Lindsay smirks as the others laugh even harder. See? A scam artist. Just trying to get money from the Mitchell family. Just then, 2 security guards arrive. The patient is a retired military commander. Even we are barely qualified to treat him, and you think you are? We're waiting for a real expert. But you know what? If you actually manage to treat Mr. Mitchell, we will all kneel and apologize to you. I raise an eyebrow at her challenge. Really? You'd better keep your word. Instead of leaving, I walk over to a nearby chair, cross my legs, and sit down to wait. For $10 million, I can be patient. Inside the patient's room, the family grows restless. A young man named Theo is on the phone, raising the stakes. If it's about money, let's add another $20 million. That should be enough. He hangs up the phone and storms toward me, flanked by the security guards. Miss, you are not welcome here. If you don't leave now, we will have no choice but to involve the police. The man in front of me, Theo Mitchell, sneers as his family surrounds me. And why would we ever want a fraud like you to come back? Trust me, no one is interested. Now, leave. He calls me an opportunist, a schemer trying to cling to his family's wealth. I refuse to waste my breath arguing with these people. Fine, but don't come begging when you realize your mistake. I turn and walk away, heading straight for the elevator as security guards watch my every move. The doors slide open, and my blood runs cold. It's my adoptive grandmother, looking frail and sick on a hospital bed. And with her are the rest of the Barretts, the family who disowned me. Brenna, what are you doing here? My adoptive sister, Isabella, grabs my arm, her face twisted with rage. Did you hear Grandma was sick? Are you trying to crawl back into our family? I rip my arm from her grasp, brushing off her touch like it's dirt. What happened to her? She was fine yesterday, but Isabella physically blocks my path to my grandmother's side. Her parents shoot me looks of pure disgust before pushing Grandma into room 111 and slamming the door. Stay away. You are not part of this family anymore. I hear the sharp click of the lock. Forced away by the guards, I go straight to the nurse's station for answers. They tell me my grandmother was admitted for dangerously high blood pressure. I find my mentor, Christopher, and quickly explain everything that just happened. Dr. Pierce, when is your student arriving? Mr. Mitchell says the fee is negotiable. How about 30 million? 30 million. From the same family that just called me a fraud and threw me out, Christopher glances at my furious expression, a slow smirk spreading across his face. As I finish, his phone rings and he puts the call on speaker. Oh, I'm afraid Mr. Pierce's student is a bit busy right now. He pauses, letting the man on the other end squirm. You might want to start looking for another expert. He ends the call, leaving the arrogant Mitchell family to stew in their desperation. My friend Christopher is on the phone, a smirk on his face. They have no idea that person is me. He's talking to the Mitchell family, the powerful clan who called me a fraud and threw me out of the hospital. Now, their patriarch is dying, and they're desperate to hire the one person who can save him. 200 million. And Ethan Mitchell comes to pick you up himself. Payment first. He hangs up the phone. A few moments later, my own phone chimes. This is the price they pay for their arrogance. A bank notification flashes across the screen. A deposit of $200 million. Half an hour later, Ethan Mitchell walks into the office. Dr. Pierce. Has the doctor arrived? Christopher gestures toward me. I sit quietly, my face hidden behind a mask. Mr. Mitchell, this is Dr. Harper. Ethan's eyes scan over me, filled with skepticism. He doesn't recognize me at all. This young lady? She looks about 20. She is my grandfather's last and most trusted student. I would not joke about this. Ethan accepts his word and extends a hand. I shake it briefly, saying nothing. If he knew who I was, that 200 million might disappear. We head to the 7th floor, back to room 101. The entire Mitchell family is gathered outside, along with the doctors who mocked me. The second they see me with Ethan, their expressions turn to rage. Why have you brought that fraud back here? We already had her removed. Ethan turns to face his father, his voice perfectly calm. A deafening silence falls over the hallway. Dad, this is Dr. Cuthbert Pierce's renowned student, Dr. Harper. You're really Dr. Pierce's student? That's right, I am. They stumble back, clearing a path for me to the patient's room. But I stop just before the door. I turn and lock eyes with the doctors who insulted me. I recall someone promising an apology. I stand over the patient, Mr. Mitchell. The VIP suite falls deathly silent. His life is in my hands. As I reach for my medical tools, a hand viciously yanks my arm back. It is my stepsister, Isabella, her face contorted with rage. Brenna, what do you think you're doing? Who are you trying to fool? Every doctor, every member of the Mitchell family turns to stare at me. You never even finished grade school, and now you're here pretending to be some expert doctor? Stop embarrassing yourself. Her words hang in the air, confirming every doubt the other doctors had about me. My adoptive father, Alex, steps forward, his expression one of deep disappointment. Brenna, I know life has been hard, but you can't lie for money. The Mitchell family is offering $10 million, but you don't have the skills for that. I see the chief physician, Lindsay, smirk from the corner of the room. Just moments before, she and another doctor were whispering, plotting my downfall. I'm calling everyone I know in the medical world. We will expose her as a complete fraud. I earned the right to treat Mr. Mitchell. I won't let this little girl ruin everything. My own stepmother, Ruby, rushes into the room, her eyes burning with fury. That reckless girl, she has never even stepped inside a medical school. She's going to get our whole family destroyed. To them, I am not a doctor. I am a disgrace, a con artist about to bring ruin upon them all. This is unacceptable. If something happens to Mr. Mitchell, the Barrett family will pay the price. You are coming with us now. He grabs my left arm. Ruby seizes my right. They begin to physically drag me away from the patient's bed. In front of everyone, they treat me like a criminal. They think they are saving their family from humiliation, but they are about to witness the biggest mistake of their lives. My adoptive parents grab my arm, but I forcefully pull away. I have no ties to the Barrett family anymore. Stay out of my affairs. But my adoptive father, Alec, points a shaking finger right at my face. All of you have been deceived by this woman. He turns to the powerful Mitchell family, his voice dripping with scorn. I raised her. She was always slow. She struggled in school and dropped out after the 4th grade. All she knows is housework. That's right. She's selfish and cruel. Don't let her deceive you. The lies burn in my ears. They twist the truth to ruin me. You think I left school by choice? You made me design car parts to earn money for you. That's why I couldn't get an education. My friend Christopher steps in front of me, but it's Ethan Mitchell, the most powerful man in the room, who speaks. Get out! I invited Dr. Harper, and I have full confidence in her. But my adoptive sister Isabella ignores him, pleading directly with Ethan. Mr. Mitchell, she knows nothing about medicine. She's just trying to deceive you for money. I have heard enough. My hand connects sharply with her face. The sound of the slap echoes through the room. Just because you're ignorant of my skills doesn't mean they don't exist. How dare you hit me? She lunges, her parents rushing in right behind her to attack me. It's a mistake. I grab Isabella and her mother by the hair, shoving them aside before they can crash into the patient's bed. Your family has truly lost all sense of shame. Ethan's gaze darkens into pure contempt. Get them out. Instantly, his bodyguards stride into the room. They drag my screaming, struggling former family out into the hall and throw them out. I think it's over, but it's not. I can hear them plotting, planning to expose me, and they've already called their own medical experts to prove I'm a fraud. I'm about to examine the old man, but his son, Emmett, steps forward and stops me. Dr. Harper, I believe it would be best to have a few experts assist you. The other seasoned doctors in the room all agree. They can't accept that a woman my age could succeed where they all failed. A doctor named Lindsay approaches, her voice dripping with condescension. These days, very few young women dedicate themselves to serious study. We can't afford to gamble with Mr. Mitchell's health. She lifts her chin, glaring at me with open disdain. If you're simply putting on an act, I suggest you come clean now. If the experts I've called expose you as a fraud, we may have to involve the authorities. Another doctor, Landon, chimes in with his own intimidation. Mr. Mitchell is a decorated war hero. If you anger his family, no one will be able to protect you. I roll my eyes, unimpressed by their empty threats. So, none of you trust me, huh? I turn to Ethan, the only one in the room on my side. Is there anyone else in your family who's unwell? Let me assess their condition, and you'll see my capability for yourselves. Ethan immediately suggests his father, Emmett. We move to the living room. I sit across from Emmett, ready to examine him as the other doctors watch, eagerly waiting for me to embarrass myself. I take his pulse, first the left wrist, then the right, remaining silent for a long moment. Landon scoffs, unable to wait any longer. Have you figured anything out yet? I'll be upfront if you can accurately diagnose his condition. I'll drop to my knees and apologize to you. Lindsay folds her arms and smirks. I'll do the same. If you can even diagnose him, I'll also kneel and apologize. I let go of Emmett's wrist and deliver my first finding. Your overall health is good. The doctors immediately burst into triumphant laughter. I told you she was a fraud. See? She really doesn't know what she is doing. But I wasn't finished. I let their laughter die down before I continued, my voice respectful. But your left leg is a problem. You suffered a gunshot wound in your left calf. Though the bullet was removed, the damage to the nerves remains. The room falls dead silent. Emmett's eyes widen in shock. When the weather shifts or you're overworked, the pain flares up, and painkillers don't help. You're absolutely right. It was shrapnel, lodged in my leg for over 2 years. The pain has never gone away. Emmett's gaze turns to ice as he looks at the two doctors who mocked me. Now, what was it you both promised earlier? Landon and Lindsay go pale, their faces drained of all color. Before they can stammer an excuse, Ethan's voice cuts through the tension, sealing their fate. If you don't keep your word, you'll be disqualified as doctors. And the Mitchell family will see to it personally. The doctor who bet against me, Landon, tries to back out of our deal. It was just a joke. We don't have to take it seriously, do we? But the patient's son, Emmett Mitchell, isn't laughing. We soldiers stand by our promises. His brother, Ethan, immediately pulls out his phone. The other doctor, Lindsay, lunges forward. He dials the hospital director, ready to ruin their careers. No. She snatches the phone and hangs up. Then, she walks over to me. With a loud thud, she drops to her knees. I'm so sorry. She scrambles to her feet and flees the room in shame. But Landon, the senior doctor, only gives a stiff bow. I apologize. I was wrong. But their leader, the famous Weston Pierce, sees me and his face lights up. Just then, 3 elderly men walk in. They are the experts Lindsay called to expose me as a fraud. Brenna, it's you! I heard some fools claimed a young woman was a fraud. Clearly they were mistaken. Landon shrinks back, his face burning red. I glance toward the door and see them. My former family, the Barretts, are whispering in shock. No way. She'll outshine me. She'll steal my fiancé. How is she Dr. Pierce's student? We have to get her back in the family. I ignore their pathetic scheming and turn to my patient. I take out a set of disposable needles. With precise movements, I begin the acupuncture treatment. The room falls silent. Then it happens. His fingers moved. The doctor said that was impossible for at least 6 months. It's a small sign. It proves his nerves are still intact. He will recover. Ethan is completely convinced. He takes a tissue and gently wipes the sweat from my forehead. The patient's fingers twitch. I calmly finish the treatment. Thank you for your work. Let me treat you to lunch. I've just saved the patriarch of the Mitchell family, and his grandson, the powerful Ethan Mitchell, is thanking me. His family watches in stunned silence as he gently wipes the sweat from my forehead. This is the man who wouldn't glance at a woman if she were dying on the street. There's no need for that. I was just doing my job. Suddenly, the old man on the bed, Vincent, begins to stir, tapping his hand against the mattress. His sons rush to his side, their faces etched with panic, assuming my treatment has failed. Dad, are you feeling uncomfortable? Did she hurt you? Vincent's trembling fingers struggle to point, not at his chest, but directly at me. Thank her. A collective sigh of relief fills the room as they finally understand. Ethan takes his grandfather's hand, offering reassurance. Grandpa, don't worry. I'll make sure Dr. Harper is properly thanked. But the old man isn't finished. He gestures for me to come closer. I extend my hand, and he clasps it weakly, his eyes holding a strange intensity. Then, in a move that stuns the entire room, he takes my hand and places it firmly into Ethan's. With all the strength he can muster, he forces out 2 words. Grand, daughter, in-law. The room falls into a dead silence. Everyone is frozen in shock. Ethan doesn't pull away. Instead, his grip on my hand tightens, and a smile plays on his lips. Grandpa, I have good news for you. Our families arranged a marriage alliance years ago. He looks around the room, his voice clear and unwavering. Dr. Harper is the long-lost daughter of the Harper family. Once you've recovered, I will marry her. The revelation hits them like a physical blow. The family connects the dots, realizing the lies the Barretts told about me. The same men who had looked at me with suspicion now see me with a new, profound respect. Miss Harper, you grew up with the Barrett family? Yes, I'm Brenna Harper. It's a pleasure to finally introduce myself properly, but our moment of understanding is being watched. Just outside the door, my stepsister Isabella and her mother Ruby are trembling with rage. She lost Jordy. She was supposed to be nothing. How is she marrying the wealthiest man in the world? Her eyes burn with a vicious hatred that promises nothing but trouble. No, I refuse to let her have this. I will stop this marriage. Just as Ethan Mitchell escorts me to the elevator, two figures block our path. It's my adoptive mother, Ruby, and her daughter, Isabella. Ruby lunges forward, grabbing my arm with a sickeningly sweet smile. Brenna, how can you just walk past your mother without a word? I knew this was coming. She sees the powerful Mitchell family by my side and suddenly wants to play the loving parent. I stare at her, my face like ice. Mr. Mitchell, her real parents are poor nobodies. We're the ones who raised her. All her medical skills are thanks to our careful upbringing. Beside her, Isabella preens, trying to catch Ethan's eye. He doesn't even glance her way. Brenna, come home! Forget those poor Harpers. I'll give you the best room, the finest clothes. I'll even prepare a proper wedding gift for you. I pull my arm from her grasp, taking a step back. That won't be necessary, Mrs. Barrett. The Harper family treats me well. Mrs. Barrett? I'm your mother. Call me Mom. We're family. I let out a cold laugh. Family? You refused to send me to school. You forced me to stay home designing parts to earn money for you. You treated me like a slave. You call that family? Disgust flashes across Ethan's face. He steps between us, shielding me. We have things to do. We're leaving now. Hold on. If you plan to marry her, you need our consent. I've been her mother for over 2 decades. How can you be so rude? You will apologize. You have the nerve to say you raised Brenna? Of course. If I hadn't been so strict with her, she'd be nothing. Could she have treated your grandfather without me? She owes all her skills to me. She lifts her chin, her face a mask of defiance and greed. She thinks she can take credit for my life after trying to ruin it. My former mother, Ruby, stands before me, her face a mask of entitlement. I raised you, Brenna. Shouldn't you be grateful to me? I let out a cold, quiet laugh. Grateful? I made the Barrett family billions. Without me, your business would be a worthless workshop. I've more than repaid you. I turned my back on her, leaving her speechless. When I walked out of your house, I made it clear. We are even. I step into the elevator, ignoring her desperate shouts as the doors slide shut. Now I'm alone with Ethan Mitchell, the richest man in the world. Once we step out of the hospital, he turns to me, his expression serious. Miss Harper, I sincerely apologize for today. Please, allow me to make it up to you with lunch. That won't be necessary. I was paid for my work. Besides, I have other things to attend to. He misreads my refusal as anger, and a flash of guilt crosses his face. If not lunch, then at least let me drive you home. It's difficult to get a taxi here. I hesitate for a moment, but I agree. Ethan Mitchell is going to be my chauffeur. But to my shock, he dismisses his assistant and gets behind the wheel himself. Sit up front. My passenger seat is always reserved for you. He just smiles, a confident look in his eyes. It's perfectly fine. To me, you're the one whom I will marry. Before I can even process his bombshell statement, he gets out of the car. He walks around, opens my door, and gently ushers me into the seat right beside him. Ethan drives me to my family's home, but the silence is heavy. But my sister, Rosie, stands over a pile of more than 20 outfits she's already claimed. Brenna, I just couldn't help myself. You don't mind that I picked first, do you? The words hang in the air, a sharp reminder of the years they abandoned me. She makes a show of returning the clothes, her movements slow and pained. She turns back to me, that tears already rolling down her cheeks. Her performance is flawless, but it only fills me with disgust. There's no need. If you want them, keep them. My voice drops, becoming pure ice. I won't be taking any of them. A flash of victory crosses Rosie's face, but it vanishes instantly. Panic seizes her, and she scrambles to salvage the situation. Ethan, you see how she is. I only picked a few things, and she throws a fit. My mother tried so hard, and she's just impossible to please. My cousin Rosie puts on a show, sighing dramatically in a room full of clothes meant for me. Maybe she's just used to being frugal. She doesn't understand our family. She'll end up embarrassing us. She slides closer to the man beside me, Ethan, her shoulder brushing against his arm. But he instantly steps away, dusting off his sleeve as if she were dirt. You call this considerate? You knew these were for your sister, but you chose clothes for yourself first. Without another glance at her, he steps forward and takes my arm. He turns to face my stunned family, his voice ringing with authority. Brenna, I know a few design studios. I'll take you there myself. What? Your fiancé? I will handle my fiancé's needs. Your assistance isn't required. She lunges forward, yanking my arm out of Ethan's grasp. Her face is twisted with rage. Ethan, you can't be serious. She's vain and petty. She threw a tantrum because I picked a few things. She doesn't deserve you. I've had enough. I turn to face her, my eyes sharp as glass. If I'm petty, you're malicious. You have a full wardrobe, but you still tried to take the little I have. You just wanted to humiliate me. Her jaw drops. She never expected me to call out her disgusting little scheme in front of everyone. You misunderstood. I said you could pick. It's your fault for refusing. Enough. All of this fuss over a few clothes. My grandfather, Luther, stands at the door, his expression dark as a storm cloud. Grandpa, what are you doing? She doesn't dare move as he strikes her again and again, his fury shaking the room. I knew it. Ever since my parents died, no one cares about me anymore. Nonsense. This family has given you everything, and you repay them with selfishness. From now on, you will call her Aunt Giselle, not Mom. He slams his cane on the floor, his hand trembling with anger. For the first time, someone in this family is truly fighting for me. I step forward, trying to calm the storm. Grandpa, please don't be upset. I'll select a few things. As I pick through the remaining clothes, I feel Ethan's eyes on me, memorizing my size and style. A moment later, he approaches my grandfather, who is now sat on the sofa. Mr. Harper, I know our families have a marriage agreement. I'd like to marry Brenna. He looks from my grandfather directly to me, his gaze unwavering and intense. My new mother, Giselle, is trying to erase years of hardship in a single afternoon. She transfers $50 million directly into my bank account. Then, she presses a thick folder of property deeds into my hands. Every single one is registered in my name. For a fleeting moment, I feel a sense of security I've never known. But that feeling shatters the second I walk into the dining room. My older brother Ernst is home, and Rosie, the cousin who was throwing a tantrum over me just hours ago, slides into the chair right beside me. A bright fake smile is plastered across her face. Ernst, let me introduce you. This is Mom and Dad's real daughter, our sister, Brenna. Her voice is like poison coated in sugar. She had a very difficult childhood, you know. We all need to make it up to her. I look to my brother, searching for a hint of warmth. There is none. His eyes are cold, his expression unreadable as he studies me. Rosie turns back to me, her performance continuing. Brenna, this is Ernst. He runs hundreds of our family's companies. He's so busy, but he came home early just to see you. I force a polite smile, but a knot of dread tightens in my stomach. He isn't looking at me like a long-lost sister. He's sizing me up like a threat. The silence at the table is suffocating. Finally, Ernst leans forward slightly, his gaze fixed on me. You look great in that outfit. The words hit me like a physical blow. It's not a compliment, it's a message. He knows. He knows Rosie and I fought over clothes this morning. In a single afternoon, she has already poisoned my brother against me. This wasn't a welcome home dinner. It was an ambush. My new brother, Ernst, corners me in the living room. He looks me up and down, his eyes filled with pure disgust. I heard you never even finished elementary school. His words are meant to cut deep. If our family wasn't rich, how would a failure like you even survive? You can think better of me. You are my brother after all. But Ernst doesn't back down. I turn and head for the stairs, refusing to give him the fight he wants. I turn around and walk right back down. Ernst, what is wrong with you? Go and apologize to your sister. My stepsister Rosie just smirks, enjoying every second of this. Your sister has suffered enough. Apologize to her now. I'm not apologizing. She spent $30 million without a word. She doesn't act like one of us. Mom, Dad, maybe we should get a DNA test. The room falls silent. He actually thinks I'm an imposter. I stop on the stairs, his accusation ringing in my ears. I slap a thick stack of documents onto the coffee table. Her eyes go wide in disbelief. My education is not what the Barretts told you. Since you all have so many doubts, then look for yourselves. Rosie is the first to move, snatching the certificate on top. Ernst grabs the next one. It's a master's degree from a world-class university. They both stand there, frozen in shock. It's another master's degree from a school she could only dream of getting into. Rosie can't accept it. She points a trembling finger at the papers. These are fake. They have to be. You bought fake certificates to hide the fact that you're an uneducated nobody. My sister Rosie snatches my diplomas from the table. She scoffs and tosses my life's work aside like it's garbage. Tuition at that school isn't cheap. Where did a charity case like you get the money? These have to be fake. But my brother, Ernst, picks them up and examines them carefully. He passes the documents to our grandfather, Luther. The old man puts on his glasses, his eyes scanning the pages. A slow, pleased smile spreads across his face. Brenna is exceptional. No wonder she is a Harper. My mother, Giselle, flips through the thick stack of my international competition awards. My child, you hold dual master's degrees at just 18. You've surpassed both of your brothers. You are the pride of our family. Rosie refuses to accept it. Mom, don't be fooled. She probably bought these fake certificates. She points a finger at me, her face twisted with jealousy. You're shameless, using fakes to deceive everyone. I remain perfectly calm. Take a closer look. Each certificate has a serial number. You can verify them online. Is it really so hard to believe that someone else achieved what you couldn't? Rosie shoves me aside and furiously starts typing on her phone. I turn my attention to my brother, Ernst. Do you doubt them too? No, I misjudged you. They're genuine. He still isn't convinced of my abilities. He needs to see more. The Harper Group is holding a design competition. The prize is $10 million. Since you're so decorated, why not participate? I see the smirk on his face. He thinks this is how he'll expose me. Sure, but if I win first place, what's my reward? Those awards are your past. If you even get third place this time, I'll give you 1% of the Harper Group's shares. My grandfather immediately nods in agreement. A fine idea. If she wins, I'll also award her 1%. My father, Shepard, places a hand on my shoulder. Brenna, I believe in you. Win or lose, I'll give you 2% of my shares. I watch the color drain from Rosie's face. She turns ghostly pale. 4% of the company shares, worth tens of billions, offered to me in an instant. At the family dinner, my cousin Rosie stares me down across the table. If I win our design competition and my award ranks higher, those company shares go to me. Do you agree? I meet her hostile gaze without flinching. All right, but she isn't satisfied with just the shares. If you lose to me, you will never work for the Harper Group again. Ever. Before I can answer, my brother Ernst slams one of my award certificates onto the table. Your designs are average at best. Honestly, I have to wonder, are these certificates even real? He's calling me a fraud in front of everyone. He scoffs, unconvinced. Rosie jumps back in. The Barrett Group has limited resources. They can't afford high-end production. A few certificates prove nothing. They could have been bought. I just spread my hands and shrug. You're right, they don't prove much. But do you even have any? Rosie's smirk vanishes. She has nothing to show for herself. But my brother Ernst isn't finished with me yet. And what if you don't win the competition, Brenna? I look him dead in the eye, ready to end this. A cruel smile plays on his lips. He thinks he's won. Simple. If I don't win, I'll give up every single share. I won't take a penny from this family. Not now, not ever. You better keep your word. But then, a new voice cuts through the tension. My grandfather, Luther. Ernst, you push your sister to give up all her rights? Fine. If that's how it is, then I have a request too. The entire table falls silent. My father, Shepard, immediately nods in agreement. If Brenna wins first place, you will step down from your position as vice president of the Harper Group. Ernst's face darkens with pure rage. His own trap has just snapped shut on him. Across the table, Rosie glares at me, her eyes burning with determination to see me fail. Later that night, alone in my room, I check the stock market. I take all the money I've earned over the past 2 days, and without a moment's hesitation, I invest every last cent. I noticed your computer was old and heavy. I bought you the best one on the market. It's a gift. Don't worry about what Rosie and Ernst said. I'll make them apologize to you. You don't have to go through with this. I want to prove myself on my own terms. I refuse to let them look down on me. She contemptuously slides a fancy invitation in front of my plate. Fine, I'll make sure to be there on time. You actually dared to agree? Interesting. I've already signed you up to compete in the race. Isn't this the finals? How can a new person join now? For families like ours, we can enter whenever we want. This is something you'll never understand. Of course he's going. It's the premier social event for the city's elite. We arrive at the racecourse minutes later. It's a massive, billion-dollar facility, a playground for the rich, sprawling over the horizon. Rosie wants to embarrass me on her home turf. She has no idea who she's truly challenging. My powerful date, Ethan Mitchell, steps away to take an urgent phone call. The second he is out of sight, a familiar, mocking voice cuts through the air. Didn't expect to see you in a place like this. I turn to see my ex, Jordy, with his arm linked around his new girlfriend, Isabella. His eyes scan my designer outfit with pure disdain, as if I have no right to wear it. You really move fast, don't you? Barely 3 days after leaving my family, and you've already latched onto a new rich man. I just don't get it. Why would a man like Mr. Mitchell want someone like you? He expects me to be ashamed, to look away in defeat and embarrassment. But I meet his gaze with a cold, unwavering smile. And yet, despite knowing he likes me, here you are, daring to talk to me like that. Jordy's face twists in fury. He points a trembling finger right at me. Don't get ahead of yourself. He won't stay interested for more than a week. Care to bet on it? Isabella steps in, her expression smug as she swirls the red wine in her glass, enjoying the show. Why waste time betting? Mr. Mitchell isn't interested in her. He's only being nice because she treated his grandfather. It's just pity. She looks me over, her eyes filled with a mixture of contempt and jealousy. I thought he treated you specially, but I guess not. Brenna, I challenge you to participate in the horse race. Do you dare accept? She's absolutely certain I don't know how to ride a horse. This is her trap. She wants to see me publicly humiliated, or maybe even seriously injured on the track. You can't ride, can you? I knew it. You should just stay by Mr. Mitchell's side and continue to be useless. They both laugh, completely convinced they've already won this little game. I tilt my head, my expression perfectly innocent, as if I'm just asking a simple question. I let their laughter die down. A perfect plan forming in my mind. Do you both know how to ride? I see a flash of pure panic in Isabella's eyes before she quickly covers it up. Who says I don't know how to ride a horse? She's a terrible liar. I decide to push her right off the cliff she built for me. Really? If your skills are that good, why isn't your name on the official competitor list? Her smug expression shatters. Her face freezes in utter shock and humiliation. She has no answer. Checkmate. My rival, Isabella, scoffs in front of everyone. She glances at her boyfriend, Jordy, for help. I just didn't want to waste my time competing with amateurs. I see right through her lie. She freezes, cornered. Is that so? Then I'll sign you up. We can compete and see who's actually better. Why are you dragging her into this? If you can't ride, just admit it. No one will laugh. They think they can provoke me. They think I'm a fool. I cross my arms. I stare them down, waiting for their answer. Tell you what, if both of you participate, then I will too. If not, I won't. Jordy whispers to Isabella, promising to protect her during the race. The thought of watching me fail is too tempting for her to resist. All right, I'll do it. I calmly hand them the registration tablet. A wide smile spreads across my face. Jordy fills in both of their names and hands it back to me with a smirk. Your turn to sign up. Oh, I've already signed up. Their expressions instantly darken with realization. You played us. Isabella tries to save face. I just turn and walk away, leaving them to their panic. You never asked. If you regret it, that's fine. The elite will just hear you signed up and then chickened out. No big deal. Don't get cocky. You can't even ride. Let's see if Mr. Mitchell still wants you after you embarrass yourself. Later, a staff member approaches them with a betting tablet. But as she's about to pay, she sees my name. Isabella's eyes light up as she scrolls through the list of famous riders. Jordy, I'm placing my bet on Alex Espinoza. He's undefeated. My profile is completely blank. No achievements, no history. That person must have lost their mind. To her shock, someone has already placed a $20,000 bet on me to win. This is hilarious. Someone really wasted their money betting on Brenna to win? At the racetrack, my rival Isabella finds me in front of the betting screen. Brenna, which idiot bet on you? Don't tell me it was you? She laughs, pointing at my name and its impossibly high odds. It was me. So what? I turn to leave for the stables. But she's not done trying to humiliate me. If you win, I'll livestream myself eating my hat. I promise. Put $2 million on Alex. Her friend Jordy smirks, pulling out his own card to bet against me. Make that $10 million on Alex for me. They walk off laughing, but high above in a private suite, my husband Ethan is watching. His assistant, Neville, points to my name on a tablet. Mr. Mitchell, Miss Harper is competing. Should we place a bet? 10,000 bets. Neville's face goes pale as he calculates the amount. Sir, that's $200 million. It's her first competition. Ethan's gaze is firm and unwavering. I believe in her. Just then, his private phone rings, and he puts it on speaker. Mr. Mitchell, Miss Harper has arrived at the stables. Let her use my horse. I'll be down shortly, but when I get to the stables, a staff member rushes right past me. He stops in front of my other rival, Rosie, with a fawning smile. My heart sinks. They think he meant Rosie. Miss Harper, Mr. Mitchell has given you permission to use his personal horse. Her friend Sylvie shoots me a venomous, triumphant look. See? Mr. Mitchell would never waste his prized horse on you. Rosie steps forward to claim the magnificent black stallion, Onyx. Onyx is the favorite to win. He's already won twice this year. My husband's gift, my only chance to win this race, has been handed directly to my worst enemy. Rosie is there with her friends, admiring a magnificent black stallion. You actually dared to show up. She scoffs, looking me up and down with contempt. Can you even ride a horse? I bet you've never even touched one before. She pats the sleek neck of the stallion, a proud smirk on her face. Her eyes fill with fake pity. See this? This is Onyx. Ethan lent me his best horse. Her friend Vivian steps forward, her face twisted with hate. I guess he's already lost interest in you. How does it feel? Heartbroken? You'll never be on Rosie's level. You want to marry Mr. Mitchell? Keep dreaming. To sabotage me, Sylvie and Vivian immediately claim the best horses. Staff. I want the horse that won the last race. I just offer them a small, unbothered smile. Then I'll take second best. Let's see how you plan to win now. Well, best of luck to you both. I turn to choose my own horse, but they step in front of me, blocking my path. Vivian grips a riding crop, tapping it against her palm as a clear threat. What's the rush? Wait your turn. My gaze turns to ice. I have no time for their games. I shove them both out of my way. Out of my way. Vivian's face contorts with rage, and she raises her crop. How dare you push me? But before she can strike, Rosie pulls her back. A wicked smile plays on Rosie's lips. Enough. Let her compete. When she has some accident during the race, we won't be implicated. I walk past the stables, ignoring the woman trying to get my attention. I'm Isabella Barrett. My family owns the Barrett Group. I don't care. I'm here for the race, not for small talk. I need a horse. The attendant tries to show me the proven champions, the safe choices. But my eyes are drawn to a new horse, one that has never competed before. It's a sleek bay horse, its muscles coiled like springs, its eyes full of fire. The champions are reliable, but this one has untapped potential. I'll choose this one. As I lead my horse toward the track, the entire stadium erupts in a deafening roar. A rider on a magnificent white horse surges past the finish line, leaving everyone else in the dust. I look toward the racetrack. The massive screens flash his name, Alex Espinoza, a foreign superstar. Alex! Oh my god, that's Alex! He's my absolute favorite rider. She bounces on her toes like a giddy child. I shoot her a look of pure contempt. The crowd goes wild, a massive wave of people rushing to the betting windows to place their money on him. Alex has just secured first place in his group. He's the clear favorite to win the entire championship. Alex begins a victory lap, soaking in the thunderous applause. But then, he does something no one expects. He suddenly snatches a megaphone from a stunned staff member. He raises it to his lips, a cruel smirk spreading across his face. Idiots, idiots! He then raises his middle finger, flipping off the thousands of fans who were just screaming his name. The cheering stops. A wave of shocked silence washes over the crowd. The silence instantly turns into a roar of outrage. Knight, come out! Don't be a coward! Come out and face me! Get out of Belden! Go home! Staff members sprint onto the track, trying to stop him. He just laughs, swinging his riding crop at them to keep them away. I stare at the chaos. At this champion who has turned into a villain in seconds. He's not just arrogant, he's looking for someone